First of all, when the series first started, people asked me what do I think about it, and I was quite negative over it because there was an LGBTQ flag on set and that was big news, all those things. But apparently they later clarified it that this was by a filming crew, so yeah, I was wrong back then when I called out The Chosen as wrong. But now when I actually watched the series, here's what I think about it. First of all, the writers have paid a lot of attention to historical detail. For example, they leave out controversial portions like the story of Jesus with the woman caught in adultery. We do not have that in the oldest manuscripts. They choose to leave that story out. Or another incident where the angel comforts Jesus at the Garden of Gethsemane. This is also not found in earlier manuscripts, but they choose to leave this out just to avoid historical conflicts, which I really love. They have tried to stick to history. While on the other hand, you have them taking too much liberty in storytelling, like Rama, for example. Like, that was a good character, and killing it kind of seemed unnecessary. Like, what's the point in bringing that character? Some of those things really seemed unnecessary, but overall, I was able to understand what the creators were trying to do, and it was beautiful. I just loved the way the story was told. Secondly, there was major concerns over Jesus' quote in the 3rd season where he says, "I am the law of Moses." So a lot of people started to think that this is a reference from the Book of Mormon where apparently Jesus says, "I am the law." So a lot of people misunderstood this. But in fact, this was not a reference to that, and even the writers themselves said that this was not their intention to represent the Book of Mormon over here. While it is true that there are some Mormon producers involved in The Chosen, like their distributor is apparently Mormon, a lot of things, I don't want to get into that, but they stick to the biblical narrative in the important points. Yes, they take a lot of liberty in storytelling, but the major points are clear, and as far as I saw it, there were no doctrinal conflicts in any major area. So I really love that about The Chosen. Thirdly, remember, The Chosen is not the Bible. It is just something to make you read the Bible. Even for me, like when I was watching The Chosen, I just started to pick up my Bible and I was like, oh, is this really there in the Bible? I didn't know Simon was a zealot. I was like, oh wow, Simon is a zealot. That was like really nice to see the Bible from a different perspective, understand each of the characters and, you know, try to get into their mind and what they would have been going through. That was really beautiful with The Chosen. But here's the deal. The Chosen should not replace your Bible. The Chosen should lead you to the Bible. This is a great tool to share the gospel with, but at the same time, it is not the gospel, right? This must be made clear. On the other side, you have people saying that I'm disturbed by the show, or I don't find peace when I watch this show, or this is not a good show, I feel it's unbiblical. I disagree with these people. Some of you are just gonna go out and watch other movies. Compared to that, I think The Chosen is so much better. It at least makes you want to draw closer to Christ. Like, I could feel Christ's emotions. I literally felt so close to Christ when I saw the series. So it's a beautiful, beautiful series for us to get to know the story of Christ from a different perspective. But always go back to your Bible. So the bottom line is this. The Chosen is a good Christian series. It has a lot of times where it is biblically and historically accurate. Sometimes it does go off a bit, but it does not affect any major doctrine. So there's no issues in that area. But some people have said when they watch The Chosen, they start to think of the Jesus actor in The Chosen as Jesus. Like when they pray, they see his face and they find it disturbing. If that's the case, and if you feel that it is a bit disturbing for you, don't watch The Chosen. Maybe it's not for you. Anyway, go and watch this series if you don't have a problem with this, because this is so beautiful. There are some scenes where I was just tearing up. It was that good. Like in season 3, almost at the end of every episode, you'll be tearing up. It's so beautiful. So if you feel convicted to watch the series, please do go and watch it. God bless you all.